8?
You guys fight like you're married.
Guys,
Shut up.
I'm in the middle of teaching. I don't understand.
They argue like they're married.
Stop. All of you. We take notes for like 15 minutes a day. You can handle that. And we don't do it usually more than 3 times a week. So if I distribute 8 times 2w is 16w, 8 times -1 is -8. And then write down the rest. Keep track. Just write it down. Once you distribute, write down everything else. Okay, next thing I do on this is, let's see, Trey, what do I do next? Yep, so what things can I put together? Yep, so what is 16w minus 4w? 12w. So 12w minus 8 equals -116. Always take the sign in front. 16 minus 4 is 12w. I have the minus 8. I have the equal sign. I have the -116. Okay, next thing. Let's see. Will, what do I do next? Add 8. Yep, solve it like an equation we did last unit. So 12w equals -108. Use a calculator. Get used to using that. Most of you guys will be able to use that on almost everything, so you get used to using it. Okay, use it to your advantage. And then finally, the last thing I would do is what, Isaac? Divide by 12. Yep. So on your calculator, start from the left. W equals, what is -108 divided by 12? -9. Check your signs. Make sure you plug it in your calculator. That's an issue I'm still seeing is make sure you put your negatives in and positives and all that stuff. Okay, let's look at 7. Okay, if I look at 7, first thing I would do on 7 is what? Sheldon, actually do your name out. Sheldon, first thing on 7.
Oh, number 7?
Yep.
Distribute -1.
Distribute -1. This is just a negative, so we assume it's -1. If I distribute the -1, actually, we put the 11h out there first. I'm not distributing the 11h, it's just there. If I distribute the -1, what do I get? Justice, what do I get when I distribute -1? -2h, and then +1. Yep. Basically, when you multiply by a -1, you just change the sign. So -2h plus 1 equals 118. Good. Next thing I need to do, Preston. Okay, so what is, I don't add them together because they're on the same side, so I just combine them. What's 11h minus 2h? Huh? No, 11 minus 2. 9. Yep, no, you're good. This is a mistake. I'm glad you brought it up. This is a mistake I saw a few times on the homework. 11h minus 2h, you don't do plus 2h because it's on the same side. You just put them together. 11 minus 2. If I was adding the 2h to the other side of the equal sign, then you would add. But since they're on the same, you just put them together. Plus 1 equals 118. Okay, next thing I need to do, Shelby, what do I do next? -1, -1, 9h, 1's cancel, 118 minus 1, 117. And what do I do next, Michael? Divide by 9. So h is 13. Plug it in your calculator. 117 divided by 9, h is 13. Yeah, we're going to look at 8. One last one. Let's look at 8. Just turn it in the tray. Okay, if I look at 8 real quick, first thing I need to do on 8, even though you have a fraction, don't freak out. That's the first thing you need to do. Everyone always freaks out. You're fine. Use a calculator. Distribute. So if I distribute the 1/2, so I multiply the 1/2, what will I get?
5.
1/2 times 10, 5x. 1/2, Xavier, you did it. What is it? 1/2 times -2. Minus 1, I thought you just said it. Minus 1. Use a calculator if you can't do it in your head. 1/2 times 10x, 5x. 1/2 times -2, -1. Plus 3x equals negative 25. Okay, on this one, what do I do next, Amaya? Combine first. Just a second. Look to simplify. Can I simplify anything on the left side? Yep. What is 5x plus 3x? 8x. Put the negative 1 equals negative 25. Okay. Next thing, Nick. What do I need to do?
Add 1.
Add 1.
With both sides.
Yep. I'm moving the 1 over, so I do the opposite, since I'm moving it to the other side of the equal sign. We have 8x, negative 25 plus 1. Negative 25 plus 1. Negative 24. Divide by 8.
X equals 3.
X equals negative 24 divided by 8. Negative 3. Yes. What? Yeah, you do. You're doing it fine.
It's just easy. It's just a simple equation.
What you don't get? Okay. Well, I'll look at it in a second. Okay. So, any questions on this?
No.
Also, a nice thing about giving you, like, doing a little bit of notes and then giving you time to work on the homework is I can see what mistakes you're making, so that way I can address them on when I do the notes again. So, go ahead and put those to the side or put them away if you don't need them. Make sure you have it labeled as number.